All right. Welcome to take 3. Twice, 1, 2, not 4, just twice. That the camera shut down in the middle of shooting to piss me off to no end. First one had a really great opening. And then the second one, well, we jumped in the middle and we got right into it. And then the camera shut down again because apparently the good Lord does not want you to know about what we are drinking tonight. Let's try this one more time. So, of course it shuts off after half a second because, God forbid you should know how long anything is. 57.9. She runs 3 hot, so 54, 55 degrees. It is roughly about that temperature out here tonight. It's the reason for clothes, and it's only going to get chillier because this morning I woke up and there was frost all over freaking everything. And by now you're saying, dude, shut up and just tell me what we're drinking. Well, here's what we're drinking. Cider Corps, We the People. It's their tagline. It's veteran owned and operated, and it's local to me. With tap houses, draft houses, cideries, whatever the hell you want to call them, in Mesa and Gilbert. Crafted and canned by Cider Corps at 685 South Gilbert Road, Gilbert, Arizona. Cider Corps is a veteran-owned and family-operated company built by brothers Jason Duran, Sergeant, USMC retired, and Josh Duran. What started as a hobby for the two after Jason sustained injuries while deployed is now Arizona's first fully dedicated cidery and tap room. So this is their pastry-style hard cider, American apple pie, fermented apple juice, apple, pie crust spices, gluten-free, 12 fluid ounces, 7% is the ABV. All right, well, that sounds good. I am all about supporting veteran-owned businesses and drinking local, of course, because these days, fingers are getting cold, getting old, man. These days, screw the big, giant multinationals that hate you. On the downside, their webpage is garbage and didn't even list this. So there is no other information I can give you, like what spices are in here, but it is apple pie, so expect there to be cinnamon, might be a pinch of nutmeg. That's it. Not a huge apple pie guy. I don't know what goes in them, but if I remember correctly, those are the big two. Cinnamon, pinch of nutmeg. Cinnamon and nutmeg go together like Joe Biden and little children. Let's put the Bidenometer in there and see what's going on, okay? Here we go. She smells okay. The apple is definitely buried beneath the spices. It actually smells a little sharp, which is interesting. I'm not getting buried under cinnamon. It's there. I think we're getting more of the nutmeg than anything else. Just for shits and giggles, if you ever are looking and you see a spice called mace, that's the skin off the nutmeg it's a different spice with a different flavor, both off the same nut. Anyway. Smells acceptable. Let's see what she's got. Now, it's chilly out here, and that's why I am dressed up like it's a polar expedition. And this cider is cold as she's going to get unless I leave her out here overnight. But she's just right for the temperature for me. Mid-50s. I want those flavors to pop and blossom. She's interesting. She's sweet and tart, which is always a nice balance. Comes in, majority is soft palate, nothing intra, nothing extra, nothing sublingual, nothing buccal. Other than the tip of the tongue where she hits on the entrance, nothing on the tongue even. Sturdy, medium fast. And the spice profile, which is what I'm trying to wait and see what develops, is definitely cinnamon, definitely nutmeg. So because they called it an apple pie style, we did that Sleepy Dog a couple of years ago. I think it was Sleepy Dog. Blueberry pie, which tasted exactly like blueberry pie in a can, except it was a beer, which I find to be not to my liking. Not a super overly sweet guy. That was kind of interesting. But it's a dessert style beer, so it was exactly as advertised. It tasted like blueberry pie in a can. When Jim was living here, he got bored, so he started going through my beers that were just laying around because I didn't like it enough to finish them. And he drank it, and he goes, "This is the most disgusting thing I've ever drank." I was like, "Why do you think they're just laying around, dumbass?" I haven't heard from him. I'm actually worried about him, so is what it is. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only commodity that you actually truly have, not heavy metals and not cash and not your house and not your car, and not your girlfriend or your trophy wife, the only commodity you truly have is time. Those two idiots are in a rush to cancel their commodity checks. You do you, man, but put a goddamn muffler on your friggin' toys, okay? Anyway. When she came back up, right, so I was like, when she came back up, there must be a war on not being a douchebag. The cinnamon popped up into the back of my throat again, and it was almost all cinnamon at that point. I wasn't getting that nutmeg note. Not bad. So the sweet and the tart are nicely balanced, which is a plus, because I'm not a sweets guy. I'm not overly impressed with anything that tastes like freaking candy. She's pretty good. I'm hit and miss on Cider Corps. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there was a fella on the beer page on Gab. It's not going to get any warmer, so we're stuck where we are. It's only going to get colder. There's a fella on the beer page on Gab chewing his way through a box of Boulevard that he didn't really like very much, which was kind of amazing. I love Boulevard, but he didn't like their milk stout, and Cosmic Camper was on there. Space Camper was on there. We hadn't done that one yet, and I was on that. And two others. But it just goes to show you, you drink what you like. Now, I haven't drank that box, and I don't know, maybe I'll run down to the Total Wine tomorrow and grab one and see, just because I want to be able to go back and forth with them and say, dude, well, what did you think of this and what do you think of that? That is also the point behind drink-alongs. Drink the beer, tell me what you think. At some point, I would love to do live roundtables again, but it's just not happening right now. eventually, though. And so if you're interested, hit me up. Beer and Gear at protonmail.com. Beer and Gear, one word. protonmail.com. Give me a message. We'll talk. We'll chat. We'll see. Anyway, she's not bad. She's running 7%. I'm not going to knock that. She's drinkable. She's okay. I did get an odd little soapy note. Ooh, excuse me. I did get an odd little soapy note for a second there. I don't know. I don't know if it's in the beer itself. It's not in the glass, because I literally, what do I always do before we drink? Barware, clean my glasses. So it's not off the glass. It might just be me, though. Good beer? Yeah, not a bad beer. Not a beer at all, actually, since it's a cider. Is it something I am going to drink again? So, would I buy this again? No. Would I like to try this on tap? Sure, but I'm not really expecting too much to shift on here. It might actually be worse on tap, since it'll probably be colder. We are rolling into the time of the year when you want to start drinking the stuff that, you know, is room temperature, give or take, and not 72 degrees F room temperature, but, you know, ambient temperature, I guess, is a better one. Also, I wanted to throw something else on. You know what this is? Originally, when you got hard cider, it wasn't carbonated. It came in a jug, and you would heat it up, put it in a mug, and then you toss cinnamon stick in there. And basically what you got was apple cinnamon hard cider. And this is the season for it. So if you're sitting out by the campfire at night because you got the fire pit in the backyard and you're enjoying the weather, and some of you guys, well, shit, we're well into December. Fall is long gone. But late winter, early spring, you do that too. Or if you're out by me where it's down in the 50s and you're not acclimated, which is a nice way of saying a cold weather pussy, it's always an option. Knuckle and Head have obviously decided that they're going to kill everything, so that is on them. I was playing this in the first two cuts, and the camera spazzed out on both of them. Hey, I'm old and it's a great song. What do you want me to tell you? Yeah, I don't actually love this, and that last sip hit me with the soapy note again. So, I don't know if it's from sitting out or if it's just an accumulation on the taste buds. The soapy note hits you in the back of the throat, on the back of the tongue. So, buy it again? No. Drink it again? Not really. On tap, sure, I always want to try everything on tap. Hand me this out of the cooler, I'm going to look for something else. And she's gassy. And you saw me pour the gas out of it. Good cider? Yeah. It's not a bad cider. It's just not my cider. So, thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here. I mean, I do Cider Sunday for you guys. No bueno, man. Remember, you're my people. I love you. I always want you to be the big three. I want you healthy. I want you happy. I want you safe. We all need to be honorable, we all need to be dutiful, and we all need to be vigilant. And if you haven't figured that out by now and shared it with people who are playing ostrich, for want of a better term, you might want to get on that. And just don't be a dick. Just kind of gently push them in the direction of, hey, I know you enjoy looking at Kim Kardashian's ginormous augmented back section, but here's what's going on in reality. Or, while we're watching sports ball, what do you think of? Sometimes it works, sometimes it takes root, and sometimes it don't. So, as always, be the gray man, my friends. Slow under the radar, right? Because peacocks get plucked. Keep your situational awareness up. And make sure you know what's going on around you, but make sure you know what's going on everywhere else as much as you can. And hot and handy, because it's shit show time in Clown World, and it's 24/7. Sort of like the most trusted name in news. Alright, I will catch you on the next one, which is going to be this one, which I'm going to shoot right after this one, because that one's going in the dirt. I don't like soapy. Numbers, 3.5. Not bad, it's not great, it's just not for me. You do you. If you watch enough of my shit, you should be able to kind of figure out where you and I intersect on the flavor profile area. It's not sweet enough for the boy. I don't think he's going to like this. But I told him I was going to do it tonight, and he was like, okay, let me know. All right, well, ain't that good. All right, folks. Until the next time, thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here. Remember, you are my people. And yes, I am going to make you sit through Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons doing Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. So, enjoy. Love you, baby. Let me love